This video was made possible by EA Game Changers. My opinions are my own, and thank you to the EA Game Changers program for sending me a free code for Nifty Knitting. Hey folks, how's it going? This is Seagull here, and welcome back to my Nifty Knitting review. So, in a separate video, I already covered all the Create Sim items, and in this video, we're going to go over all the new objects and the gameplay. So, yeah, I just got all these different objects out here on the 64x64 lot, and this section here is all stuff that you can just place down without having to unlock anything from the knitting system. And there's the new pre-made room over there, and then all this stuff outside the wall as well as in here. This is all stuff that you need to craft through the knitting system. So we'll start off with the non-knit stuff. So we got this rocking chair here. It's a new gameplay object, and it has two variations where it does have the arms, one with the cushion and one without. And let's just go through the colors of this one. There's a lot of colors. It's pretty cool. And I'm guessing there's the same... Oh no, there's less colors for this one, but maybe just because this one doesn't have the cushion attached to it. And then we got this one here without the arms, and this one without arms and no cushion. And then we got the knitting baskets over here. So you need to have one of these in your Sims inventory to start knitting. So here's all the colors for that. Yeah, it's pretty cute with the with the bunny. I feel like if I want to get my kids into knitting, then I would give them this yarn basket, or for the just kids at heart. And then you got this more neutral one, I guess you could say. This is actually the one that I voted for. I feel like the needles and the handles are a little too drawn on looking, a little 2D. It's too bad it turned out that way. There's also this decorative yarn ball here. The cats can play with it if you have cats and dogs installed. And yeah, I'll show the style dream a little bit later, I guess, since I already started on these objects. But here's just a clutter object. Comes in all of these colors. Yeah, I think that looks pretty nice on a desk. Oops, there we go. I accidentally missed there with my aim, but this loom. Oh, that's interesting. It has some different... It has a different states on it, where it's like that, and then it's just like sheared on the side a little bit. It's just diagonal, whatever. But okay, that's kind of neat. And then we have this little cart over here. Yeah, this will definitely look great in a crafting workshop. And we have this desk here. I like this one, and I like how it has the sort of cross on the side there. It reminds me a bit of some of the furniture we got in Cats and Dogs, because of all those colors there. I guess it could kind of match well with Parenthood too, now that I think about it. And then you got this. This is the desk, I believe. Wait, hold on. Yeah, this is the desk. And then you got this little hallway table here that comes in all these colors. But you can actually slot these two objects together to become this one thing, which is why I placed this in the middle here. It's even magnetic there. It's like, shoop! It's really cool. Because there is this sort of thing with the Murphy bed and its bookshelves in Tiny Living, so that's kind of neat they did that with another object. Wouldn't mind seeing more of that in the future. And there's also this chair and this matching couch. Ooh, I like the different patterns on the pillow here. And then you got the couch and all these colors. Yeah, especially like the pillow on the left side there. Oh, and the pillow there is actually completely different on the right there. I placed these objects down, but I didn't take like a super close look at all of them. But yeah, I guess it's nice looking, though. I think it might look kind of similar to something that we got in Tiny Living. Yeah, it does have a similar style going for it, I think. This is the one from Tiny Living. But, yeah, that's what we voted on. Apparently, I didn't vote for those two, but yeah, just thought that would be worth pointing out. So then we got this wall clutter over here. Comes in all of these swatches. Oh, that's interesting. Even the pattern on the little backboard changes. Interesting, interesting. A lot of places to put clutter on. And we have this hanging planter here. Well, not really a planter, it's just... Well, I guess it kind of is. I don't know. What does the game call it? Just festive felt flowers. There we go. And then we have this here, and I did look at this one. It does have some different paintings that change with the swatches. Yeah, I love it when they do that. This is the llama. It's cute. And then we got this big board over here. And it comes in quite a few colors. That's interesting. I think most of them do match with other objects. And we got this shelf here. This one was actually separated out because when we voted on this one, it was shown as a shelf that was actually 3 of these stuck together, but thankfully it's separated out. So you can still be like, oh yeah, I'll place another one here, like in the concept art. But yeah, you don't absolutely have to do it that way. So that's cool. I'm glad they changed that up based on our feedback. And okay, so that's it for all of the non-knittables. So then here's the new room that comes in here. And for some reason the floors thing is glitched there. There's no new flooring in this stuff pack. I did check. But what's interesting is that this styled room is called Granny Chic. That's what I voted for the art style, though it lost to the DIY Delight, which is what we have now. But well, I guess that's a nice tribute to those who voted for that. Yeah, it comes in those colors. But let's go over to all of the knittables. So we got these rugs here, and I placed all the individual colors out here since they're placed separately in the catalog. And then we got, yes, the penguin! It's definitely my favorite non-gameplay object in this pack for sure, because in case you didn't know, like, yeah, seagulls are obviously my favorite birds, but penguins, definitely second favorite. And you got this cute octopus over here. I didn't actually vote for this one, but I'm glad it made it in anyway, so that's cool. And then we got Yarny over here. This is Yarny toy, comes in all those different colors. Unravel crossover, pretty nice. And then we got this turtle over here. It comes in all those colors. And then there's the teddy bear. And it comes in all these ones. There's even a panda swatch, so that's pretty cool. And then we got the Grim doll here. And this is a pretty funny description. I will be making a separate object descriptions video like I have done for a lot of packs. So yeah. And then we got these knitted mailboxes over here. I'm so glad this one made it in. This is one of the ones that I voted for. Could use more mailboxes to just give some more distinctive flavor. So I look forward to using this one. And actually, before I forget, put the walls up because we got a new door. And actually, it is a little odd how by default like that it's with the flowers on the outside, but oh, there we go. You can still rotate it so that the flowers are showing up on the outside like that. But yeah, it does come in all those colors. Well, the doors are not knittable. They are in just the build mode. Unfortunately, they only come in the one wall height though, just the short wall height, which I believe is the one that everyone uses the most, but because the art is a lifestyle choice, there you go. A freebie object description. It's not like that was a particularly funny one anyways. And oh yeah, by the way, I did size down a lot of these subtle saucer lights since we got the smaller one in the update. Like, yeah, it's right there. But, oh boy, this honestly was a bit of a chore to place all these down, but we got so many hanging plants, and each and every one comes in a different wall height variation. So thankfully with the plants, yeah, they did accommodate for all the different wall heights. So you'll see a lot of repeating ones here, but it's just, yeah, coming in the different heights. So that's pretty cool. I'm sure the builders will absolutely love this for sure. And, oh, yeah, there's the, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, there's the subtle saucer light in the tiniest size there. But then we have this cactus knitted plant. So it's pretty cute there. And we got the llama plant. I wish the texture was a bit more detailed on this one, especially when it's closer up. I feel like it doesn't hold up too well there, yeah. But then we got this poof chair over here, and it actually is a chair this time, not a surface, so that's good. And I do like the patterns on this one. I guess a few more for this one would have been nice, though, not gonna lie. Yeah, maybe at least like 3 or 4 more would have been good. But yeah, I guess that's it for all the objects. So just like with my Create a Sim video, that is with all the things unlocked. I guess that kind of goes without saying at this point. Alright, so that's all the objects that you get in Nifty Knitting Stuff. Overall, I think this is a pretty good selection. Basically the opposite of my opinion on the Create a Sim stuff. I think the build buy is really good, fairly versatile with the swatches, from what I can tell of my first impression, and I'm really glad that we got 4 versions of the rocking chair, even though they're all the same style. At least we do have armless and arms versions. Yeah, the chair and the couch look similar to the one from Tiny Living, but yeah, I still think overall, though, we have a pretty good selection of objects, a good variety. Really great job with the all the different wall heights of the hanging plants. We definitely needed more hanging plants in the game, so that's really nice as well. So yeah, objects really great. So with that, we will just come back in a second and I'll show off the gameplay in a more practical setting. Okay, so for this portion of the video, I decided to change things up a bit because I thought, well, there's a lot to go through in this stuff pack compared to others for the gameplay. So to keep my stress level down and to keep the video from not being super long, I thought, okay, let's just do a voiceover for the rest of this. And I will be live streaming gameplay of this anyway, so I think it works out. But as you can see here, yeah, there's the 2 yarn baskets. Place either one of those in your Sim's inventory, and they will be able to start knitting whenever you click on any seat, including the new rocking chair. And there you can see she is starting to knit, and by the way, those stars coming out of her head, that's from the Slice of Life mod. That's nothing to do with this stuff pack. And the hair is custom content. Something that is encouraged to be doing while knitting is to listen to one of the 2 new radio stations that comes with this stuff pack. Metal and Focus. Yeah, I know, very odd combination, but they were inspired by a knitting contest in Europe where it was this sort of heavy metal knitting thing. And they also put in this Focus station where it's more relaxed. It kind of reminds me of lo-fi music, and both of those help boost your knitting. And with Focus, it actually helps with Sims who have homework as well. I've been wanting metal for a really long time, so I'm glad that we finally have it. And Focus is more like the radio station I didn't know that I needed. So I like both of these stations a lot. I think at this point, the only other music I need are synthwave, country, and punk rock. But yeah, we've got a lot of radio stations in the game now. But with the metal station, they really went the extra mile with the little details, because only while the metal station is playing, your Sim does have this air guitar interaction for when you click on the stereo. So yeah, that's a thing. There's also some really funny all caps and alternative text when the metal station is playing. Like, listen to metal next nocturne and turn off with the question mark, and also make metal quieter for some reason. It's just really funny. It's just such a small little thing, but I find that really funny, and it just shows some love for the game, in my opinion, from the developer side of things. From what I've played so far, it seems like each knitting project takes about 2 to 3 hours to complete, because Anya here is making a beanie at the moment, and it took about 2 sim hours. And then when I looked back at the footage of when she made the baby onesie, we'll get into that later, it took 3 hours, just a little bit over that. So, in my opinion, that's too short. It should take longer than that. At least twice as long. A little bit too easy for me, but yeah, that's how long that takes. But what I do like is with this animation here, where if you've been paying attention to the whole clip, you'll see that there has been gradually more and more of that scarf building up. It's just a generic scarf each time that you knit, but I do like how it like moves fluidly and it just builds up more and more as the progress bar goes up. So I think it's still a pretty nice animation. One other thing worth mentioning is that yes, kids can knit, but it actually builds up 2 skills at the same time, knitting and motor. And you could potentially see this as being a little overpowered because of that, but I can see the realistic side of it too, since it would require some motor skill to get the knitting done right, and then of course build up the dedicated knitting skill. So I'm not really sure which side to take here, but I did want to say that yes, in fact, this is a thing. Once you are done knitting something, you have these options where you can frog it, which is basically destroying it and getting a refund on the cost because you did have to pay 20 simoleons to start it. And you can also add it to wardrobe, which unlocks the clothing item for the whole household. You can donate it to charity, you can list it on Plopsy, and you can gift it to another sim. A couple of other things about knitting is that it does go up to level 10 for this skill, and if there are other sims around you that have less knitting skill than yours, you are able to teach them how to knit. And especially here in the context of a family, I think it does have a good contribution potentially to family-oriented gameplay. Next, let's move on to the rocking chair. So we do have the rocking chair, as I said before. It comes in 4 different versions, and I like the gameplay with this as well, and I think the animation looks pretty good with this as well. I do like how the toddlers and the children can play with it, but I think there's one major missed opportunity here, because you cannot rock toddlers to sleep, which, yeah, that should have been in there. I can understand not being able to rock babies to sleep since the babies are still objects, and, well, yeah, we would need a baby update first before we could get something like that. And also, here's the child playing in the rocking chair. The rocking chair has probably my favorite feature in the pack aside from the knitting itself though, which is the reminisce interaction that only elders are able to do. Yeah, it's really awesome that elders actually got something for themselves for once. But yeah, it's definitely caused the community to run wild with speculation as to whether it could be hinting to stuff. And it can give you good or bad memories. I'm not sure if there's any other types like embarrassing ones. I haven't run into those yet. But when my sim Alec here, when she was doing the reminisce interaction 3 times while she was happy, then it was always a happy memory. And then the one time that she was sad, she got an awful memory that made her feel more angry. Yeah, remember that really awful thing. So it's not a super specific memory like in, say, The Sims 2. It's just a more general thing that's left up to the imagination. I'm not surprised that's how it's turned out, but I guess it does reduce the chances of your game getting corrupted from something like this. Another big selling point of this stuff hack is Plopsy, which is an Etsy-like marketplace, which is all online. So go to your Sim's phone and then browse Plopsy under the household category, and the inventory refreshes every hour. And you can see there are various items being sold there, even one of the baby onesies. And there's all of these made up usernames. You might even pick up on some Sims nostalgia in some of them. I know I've seen Mrs. Crumplebottom there. Yeah, there we go. Crumplebottom 1. And that's actually who we bought from, this short hanger for 3 plants. So when you buy it, it instantly goes into your inventory, and then you can just do whatever you want with it. Of course, you are allowed to sell stuff on Plopsy too, but it is limited to arts and crafts. So you can sell knittables, you can sell woodworking objects, you can sell the candles from Eco Lifestyle, as well as paintings, and there might be one or two other things that I'm missing. But one thing that I found by accident is that if you do go into collections, you may remember we did get an inventory overhaul just before Eco Lifestyle, and they included a new section for filters for Plopsy when you click on that little arrow there. So you can even see there's available to list, listed, and sold tags. So it's even easier to find the stuff that you've listed on Plopsy if, say, your sim does have a pretty full inventory just with a whole bunch of different things. And you can see with this white tiger beanie, it is currently on Plopsy. It's highlighted in pink and it has the Plopsy logo beside it. And when you hover over an item that's listed on Plopsy, you can see there's the selling price, no offers yet. Expiration time is on Sunday because I had my sim listed on a Wednesday. And then for the buyer, it says no buyers yet. And it is kind of funny actually because I tried with this one item for 2 days. I waited out 2 sim days. And then I realized, oh, wait a minute. I could list multiple items on Plopsy at the same time, right? And I did just that, and then one of the items that I listed, a poof chair, already got a potential seller in only a few sim hours. So, yeah, your luck may vary with this. And hey, that's pretty realistic, so I'm not complaining there. But once that potential seller has come up, you do have a couple of different options, because then you can relist on Plopsy if you don't like the current offer. But if you do like it, you can ship on Plopsy, in this case, 111 simoleons, and then your sim will go over to the nearest mailbox and ship it off to that other sim. I mentioned earlier that one thing you can do with your knittables is gift them to another sim, and there is something pretty specific if you choose to gift a sweater to your romantic partner, because there is this thing that's, I guess, kind of like a superstition in real life where it's called the sweater curse, and if you gift a knitted sweater to your loved one, then apparently your relationship is doomed to fail. So that's sort of recreated in The Sims 4 here. So you can see they did have a little animation, they're like, oh! And so you have the sweater curse buff, and it lasts for 7 days! Yeah, I couldn't believe it. Initially, I had accidentally left in the Meaningful Stories mod, so I thought it was just making it longer on purpose with that. But no, that's actually how it is even without the mod installed. So that really took me by surprise, because I find by Max's standards, that is really harsh. That also is like Sims 1 and Sims 2 levels of challenging there. So basically, don't romantically interact with your partner for a week, otherwise expect it to fail and to have the relationship go down no matter what. So yeah, that's quite an interesting little twist there. I do like that the curse lasts this long though, because then it actually does have a real impact on your gameplay instead of it being like the typical 4 hours that a lot of buffs are. Now let's talk about the baby onesies. So I counted a bit under 20 of these, and you do need level 8 knitting skill in order to craft them. And it is pretty simple, but I do like that babies finally got some sort of improvement, even though it's not a drastic update. At least, even though the babies I feel are still not that interesting, they can at least look better and have way more outfit options than they did before. And there's the animation for it. Pretty simple, but yeah, the outfit that the baby was wearing was also new, but there's another one of the onesies too. Yeah, they're pretty cute. It is a pretty nice surprise feature though, because this is a community voted stuff pack, but even though we did not vote on that feature specifically, it is just something that the players want. A lot of people are asking for improved babies, and hopefully this is the first of additional steps to make them a lot better. The last new gameplay feature that I want to talk about is the new Aspiration. For the first time in a stuff pack, we're getting an Aspiration. And I think this might be the best Aspiration we've got in a while. It still seems like it could be on the easy side, considering how quickly you can knit stuff. But I don't think you'll be able to easily just knock it out within a sim day or two aside from one or two of the goals. I also like how teach another sim to knit is part of the final step here, where you're basically passing on your knowledge of knitting to someone else. I think it's just a really nice way of ending it. So yeah, it does have 4 steps for this aspiration, just like a lot of other aspirations do in this game. But if you want to know what you get rewarded with, I'll go through that too. So when you complete the aspiration, the game will say the Ascension to Glory is complete, your sim has become the Lady or Lord of the Knits, long may they reign, and trait earned is Sacred Knitting Knowledge. With this gift, she can unite threads to create things once thought impossible, willing them into existence with her needles and a sacred ball of yarn. Anya also gains bonuses to teaching others how to knit and can also dispel the vile black magic of the sweater curse. And when you hover over the trait, it's actually represented by Yarny, which I think is pretty cute. And it says Sims with this trait gain enhanced benefits to teaching other Sims how to knit. Sims are also immune to the foul magic of the sweater curse and can dispel afflicted Sims from its snarly grasp. Lastly, Sims have the ability to craft unique knitted items, like a very special companion from a strange land, or the forbidden sweater, which honestly is forbidden for a reason. So that's basically it for stuff pack number 17, Nifty Knitting Stuff. Overall, I'm pretty surprised by this one. Kids Room Stuff has been my favorite stuff pack since it first came out in 2016. So it's taken quite a long time for another stuff pack to top it, but I think this one has finally done it. I still need to play with it more, but wow. This stuff pack has quite a lot of content compared to the other ones in my opinion, and if you like knitting, I think you should absolutely go for this stuff pack. I think you will enjoy it quite a lot. I mean, it is still pretty niche, since that's what basically stuff packs are. They're just niche little packs that add some stuff. They're not meant to be game-changing, but I think this stuff pack does a pretty good job with the knitting theme and has some really nice extras on the side and is packed with some really nice small details. So I definitely do plan on using this stuff pack quite a bit, and it has given me more incentive to make more elders in my game because I think I literally have only 4 that I've made myself, so I think I will get to making more, especially as we hopefully will get more worlds in future game packs and expansion packs. There definitely are some flaws with it, like how you can't rock toddlers to sleep in the rocking chair, and most of the clothing I'm not really impressed with and looks a bit samey compared to stuff that we already have in other packs. Funny enough, I think the best items for the most part for Create a Sim are the ones that we did not vote for. Though thankfully, the build buy stuff I think is really, really good. But that's just my opinion, so feel free to let me know in the comment section below what you think of this stuff pack and if you plan on getting it. So it will be out tomorrow, July 28th, on all platforms, PC, Mac, PS4, and Xbox One. And with that, be sure to subscribe if you want to keep up with my latest content from The Sims, Sonic the Hedgehog, Parallel Lives, and more. So I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!